Hi guys, this is Jackie Cooper. I'm with JCooperTravels, but today we are on the Cooper Virtual Career Day podcast. And today I have the pleasure and honor of sharing Wilma and her story because at this podcast, the purpose of the podcast is to have you as elementary, middle, and high school students learn about different options that you have as you think about careers and to learn just what options and paths there are. So Wilma, thank you so much for being on. And I know that we were talking about both the philosophy of how do you choose a career and why do you stay in a career. So you want to share a little bit more about your path and some of the choices that you've made, because you have a lot of wisdom and it's important for people to hear.
Thank you so much. Well, my original career was, I was a teacher, and I loved what I did. I loved my students. I loved everything that was going on in my classrooms. And my husband and I made the decision to relocate from one state to the next because of a wonderful business opportunity for him. Well, when we moved to the state that we're in right now, I was 2/3 of the way through a doctorate. I had a master's and I had my undergraduate. And the Department of Education, where we live now, didn't care that I had all that background. I was going to take 18 hours of basic courses before they'd let me even substitute teach. And I just said, I'm not doing that. So after 17 years of teaching, I left that career. It kind of broke my heart to do that. But at the same time, I began a business with Mary Kay Cosmetics. And instead of teaching little kids, I was teaching adults. I taught skincare. I'm teaching skincare with Mary Kay Cosmetics. And I will tell you this, I don't have discipline problems. I don't have to send anybody out of the room for misbehaving because we're all having fun. If I need extra money, I can just go hold more appointments. I love to be creative, and so I'm able to be creative with packaging and selling and all kinds of things with my Mary Kay business. And the business itself has been very good for me and my family. My husband left that corporate job after 12 years, and he didn't have employment. And he said to me, do you think that Mary Kay can look after us? And I said, well, maybe I need to get serious about treating it like a business, and let's see what happened. Well, in 6 months, my unit had qualified for a car, and this year has been my 29th year in the quarter sales. So it's possible to do anything that you set your mind to. It's just that everybody says, well, I want to set my own hours. Well, yeah, you can set your own hours, but you need to plan to work that hours. And it depends on what you want from the business. If you want to dibble and dabble with it, then you piddle and dabble with it. But if you want to work, you get in and you work and you apply yourself. The length of time I've been with this company, even with the COVID situation, my business is still strong because I've worked to build very strong, loyal customers. And I think that if you want to be in business for yourself, I encourage that. The nation was built on that. Where do you think we got the general store and the horseshoe, the blacksmith and the doctor? All those people that settled America were independent entrepreneurs with a lot of courage that went west with all the mess that went with all of that settling of the West. And I think it's really important for us to realize that it's important for us with people, no matter what we do. It's important to be patient. It's important to be polite. And it's important, patient, polite, and persistent. And you just don't give up on what you set out to do. Keep it in your head what you want to do. And when you have the vision, know that it's not going to be easy, but it will work when you work. You just keep working and figure out another way to get around that tree. You may have to cut it down. Sometimes you have to climb it, and sometimes it's easy as walking around it. But you just stick in there, hang in there with it. And if you're not willing to commit your energy to something like that, maybe it's important then for you to get a job and be employed, have somebody else tell you what to do. Because there have been times in my life I've worked for other people and I didn't particularly like being told what I had to do, but I had that paycheck coming in. That was what I was there for, was to make the money. So if you want to be happy, you might be really happy working for somebody else. But I think we all have to try it to see what we like, because sometimes trying something, we fall in love with it. But if we get tired of that situation, we might think that, okay, maybe I need to go try something else. Well, maybe you need to go try something else so that you know whether you want to stay where you were or you want to stay in that new something else. It's just take a look and work, and if things seem to fit, you may not know it fits until you try it. That's the whole thing. That's why we all try on a smaller set of shoes before we put on the right pair.
I think you said it all. I think I can't even summarize, and I don't even think that there are any more questions I need to ask. Thank you so much for being on here and sharing your wisdom. I think that this is a gem, and that everyone who is thinking about a career or, you know, a job, the same things apply. So thank you so much, Wilma, for being on here.
Thank you.
I look forward to talking to you again. And guys, if you have any questions for Wilma on our Baklava business or about Mary Kay, there'll be contact information in the little pod, the block area of the podcast, and also on the YouTube. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Jackie.